Yo,
Hey.
it's your boy, Stroll with for Don. I'm feeling immaculate, you know what I'm saying? It's the I Don't Know More podcast, episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all feeling?
Good.
Who you with?
Roman, the videographer.
Tight shit, you know what I'm saying? Episode 10, it's just, we back outside today.
Mm-hmm.
We was gonna set up in the like the old studio, but today we just figured, the sun's looking nice, it's shining. Let's get straight to it. But yo, weekly updates, what y'all been up to?
You want to start?
Don't always get me to start, bro. You always catch me so off.
I'm open. I'm just
Oh yeah, you got it.
So for me personally, we've been working on the city spotlight. We've been working on, we did some, like a piece of content for Stro getting out the Wodra Mall. Just dialing in on what exactly we want our content schedules to look like on release. And that's like the main two things that have been taking up majority of my time.
Yeah.
Me personally, I've been working on content, so like not just our content, but content for the restaurant we're going to shoot at, and content for another guy that I'm working with. So yeah, I think like actually working on those three at the same time has really benefited each other, actually, because I got some ideas from the one client doing his content schedule, and that gave me ideas for what we could do too. So that's mostly just what I've been working on.
Yeah, y'all make me feel lazy, I can't lie. Because I ain't done a damn thing this whole week, yo. A damn thing.
What are you talking about?
Like, I've been moving, bro. I've been
Yeah.
moving, so like, literally, last time I did anything like productive was Wednesday, and it's what day is it right now?
Bro, are
Saturday.
you not classifying getting a new place and moving your shit into it and grabbing new
That's
shit
like
as
a
productive?
side quest, bro. It's a side quest. Yeah, like
That's where you live. That's the main quest.
You get XP from that, but like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like the stress scale, and that's at the top of it. And this guy's like, that's a side quest.
That's a side quest, bro. Like, you'll get some XP, but you can get no like legendary equipment from that side quest. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just something that had to get done. Tell you shit. But it was fun though, and I can't lie, bro. Like, I'm on my ones now, and we were just talking about it, like living by yourself, bro. Especially the way that I have it set up, man. It's a bachelor pad, bro. It's It's phenomenal. But yeah, no, I can't lie. It's been hectic, but
It looks great. Like, I really want my place to look like that, the way
Yeah.
you got it like designed and shit.
I'm gonna put that video on the podcast, so just they can see. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the new location for like episodes,
Yeah.
and that one in the last time, for the most part at least. But yeah, how much sleep y'all been getting recently this week?
Like, I don't know about you guys. You guys have weird sleep schedules.
Yeah.
Mine's been okay. I don't even need to sleep that much, actually, but yeah.
Abdul operates off like no sleep, bro.
Really?
Yeah, this guy's. I mean, that's
Like
just
7
kinda-
hours max.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's not bad. It's rookie numbers, but. What about you,
No,
bro?
that like maximum though.
Yeah.
Like, a typical night, it's like
Yeah.
We're flexing how little sleep we
Yeah,
get.
bro. I can't lie. Like most days, it's like 4. I can't lie. Last night I fell asleep around 5, up around 9:30. Night before that, I fell asleep around 5, up around 8. No, up around 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you guys are always tired and shit, bro.
But I'm 3 hours ahead of you.
Anything done.
I'm 3 hours ahead of y'all. I tell you shit. I'm in a different time zone.
Yeah. I've been like a little bit more than you, just because like been helping you move and then getting the video stuff. But I mean, I give myself a little bit of rest here and there. But I don't know how the hell you got up that.
At this point, like I think my body's just kind of like accustomed to
Adapted
it.
to it?
So it's like, you know how like people will like wake up at the same time over and over again, and then like all of a sudden they don't need an alarm clock. I'm kind of like that, where it's like I don't get tired now until 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I just wake up at 8:30 somehow every day on the dot. 8:37 every day. It's weird, but yeah. I have a question for y'all though. So I've been thinking about some shit as I've just been moving and doing my side quests. You know what I'm saying, as one does normally. And remember how last time we said like, or 2 times ago, we was like, do y'all got to be like a narcissistic, egotistic maniac to be successful? I want to add to that criteria. You know what I mean? Do you feel like part of being successful and like, just like kind of winning in life is like being like overly cautious of people, or you feel like at a certain point you're just being paranoid? Because I'm the type of person to read into everything that someone says. So am I just doing too much, or like, what y'all think?
Well, what are you judging them based off of? Are you judging them based off of their actions, or are you judging them based off of
Their actions, their words, their body language. Like, how do you lean when we're talking? Are you leaning towards me, away from me? Like, I'm judging all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I could play a song for you, and you could say like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's proper, right? Or you could say, you know, it's a good song. type shit, right? But like, also I know what it's like when someone hears something that's like amazing to them. So I'm hearing, okay, this guy's probably just being polite about the song. Probably just thinks it's mid or whatever it is, but he's just being polite. And we all do that in society. Like, that's not a bad thing. But like, if you recognize that, you can maneuver and be more charismatic. Y'all feel.
Yeah.
Or you feel like you're just doing too much, wasting your brain power.
Well, that's a bit of a different question, right? Should we start off with the paranoid versus cautious?
Bet.
I think it depends on how far you're reading into the lines, and sorry, I'm trying to focus on. I'm not gonna talk to the camera anymore. We're trying to like really like refine the way that we do these, but we're narrowing in just to make the quality the best for you guys. So I need to keep that in mind. But paranoid versus cautious. I feel like you're being cautious if you're just taking the actions that you can witness as a fact, and then you're being paranoid if you start filling in the blanks too much. Like, being paranoid is like over analyzing the same situation.
What do you think? You agree with that?
No, well, I definitely think you need to like analyze some stuff and look deeper than what's just beyond the surface. But I think if you spend all of your time doing that, then yeah, you get even like paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
But at what point do you get like mixed signals? Because you perceive when you perceive something as something that is not, then what if that screws up your perception of what's actually going on?
I think okay, perception and action don't need to correlate all the time. So just because I see that you're like low-key disrespecting me and that you kind of have some, what's the word now? And what's the word for like he kind of hates me? Remorse? No.
Resentment?
Resentment, yeah. Resentment towards me doesn't mean I should start treating you with like a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like just 'cause I know your game plan. I shouldn't expose that I know your game plan type shit, right? That's like I'm playing chess, you're playing checkers, and I feel like
a lot of time though you could look into some things that are just like not there. Like you could, like for one day I could look and feel like super angry or cold towards you, and you might just be like, oh, like why is he doing this to me? And you would start analyzing of what you did wrong, right? Like you'd start looking at it like I did something wrong. Why is he mad at me? But it could just be that he's just having a bad day, or he's tired, or he didn't get enough sleep, and making that analysis, then you'd actually be wrong to do that.
True. Okay, my mom told me something one time when I was younger that like changed the way that I think about life, right? And preparation especially. She said it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, right? So if I'm looking at Roman thinking like he's moving weird today, and I'm thinking maybe he's feeling a way about something I did, and it's actually just him being tired, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's better that I think that and I'm prepared for him to start acting up to me, and then I'm just wrong about it, than for me to like be caught lacking on some shit that I could have done better. You know what I mean?
True,
like for instance, okay, I'll give you a prime example, right? This guy helping me move. I'm like, this is real. I'm exposing myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing games on everybody. Type shit. So he's helping me move. We went to go grab a couch from somebody that lived like a 30-minute drive, right? And his car's bigger than my car. We took his car. We took his car from the south to downtown, back to the south, back to downtown, type shit, right? It's a lot. And he's doing me a favor as a friend, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, like I appreciate him for that, right? Same time though, I'm seeing him like he's kind of moving a little bit more like locked in a sense. I'm taking it as this guy could be in a bad mood or just tired off of like how much work we're doing, or maybe he's just like kind of annoyed about having to do all this and he's thinking about his gas prices and everything, right? On my drive back, I'm thinking, okay, me send this guy $20 for gas just so I can, like, you know what I'm saying, show him that I appreciate before he gets mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Because that way it's like, it's better to give that appreciation and then he'll just be like, okay, he's just tired, versus I don't do it at all and then he comes to me like, Timmy, man, you're using my car and da-da-da-da-da, and I don't want help no more, right? So I'm ahead of any type of like attack that you might put on me or resentment, you feel me? And I feel like that's how we ought to be, damn near.
I think you're right, but at the same time that can fuck with your own mental. Like imagine, maybe outside of business, just like a relationship, you think about it. If you think like everything that your girl is going to do, for example, is just going to be like negative, and you're always prepared for the worst situation that your girl is going to be in. Like suppose you always think like your girl's unfaithful, you're always thinking like your girl doesn't like you, or she's going to be unfaithful, just as a precaution, just to be prepared for it, right? Even though she's not like doing any of that, that would just destroy your brain and your perception of her, even though she's not doing any of that.
It's the opposite, I feel like.
But at the same time, is that projecting your own insecurities? Like, I might do this, so so now I'm thinking that she would do the same? Because
Not
it's
necessarily.
more so I know I'm capable of doing this, and so is she. So what I do is if my girl wants to go with her friends to a club or some shit, right? Before she goes, I'm gonna get her a gift or something. So it's like she feels nice about me before she goes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I'm staying ahead of like any type of, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you're not doing that only in your personal life but in business as well, you know what I'm saying? Your boss or your manager asks you for an assignment for a deliverable, and you don't have it done on the deadline, right? And you know you don't have it done. Instead of waiting for him to come to you, you come to him with some extra shit that you did, saying, "Oh yeah, I was doing this on the side, which is why I don't have this done." So like you're getting ahead of like their resentment or their feelings of negativity towards you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're 10 steps ahead. And I feel like if you aren't reading it in between the lines on everything, you'll never see those. Am I tripping?
No, I kind of agree with you. Like, a lot of people call me a pessimist because I'm always prepared for the worst situation of any outcome, but I think you're taking it like a step too far.
Maybe.
Where you're thinking about everything on every single level to the point where you just get a lot in your head, even. And sometimes you just have to assess the situation while you're there.
But at the same time, if you're always expecting the worst situation,
Yeah.
I guess the one benefit of that is you can never be let down. But at the same time, if you're always focusing on the worst situation, then how are you going to accept the best one when it comes around? Or work towards achieving that?
It's kind of like this, like in a sports metaphor. It's like I'm a hooper, so I'm practicing those like last second catch and shoot contested threes. You know what I'm saying? I practice those non-stop. And I'm practicing like being double teamed when I'm dribbling, right? I'm practicing like resistance when I'm running up the court, all that stuff, right? When I get to the game, it's not every shot that I take isn't always a last second buzzer beater to the corner.
You're
but
ready
it's like,
for it,
because I'm ready for that one, I can handle this one pretty easily. Like, you know what I'm saying? You adapt. I feel like if you prepare for the worst, and you're always okay for the best. You feel me? Like, and it's just a factor of adapting in the moment. Just because I thought that you was mad doesn't mean I should start like moving wild. Just means I should take it into account my decision making process going forward. But like, yeah. Also, I feel like I listened to a book one time, but something called like shadows. Basically, we all have shadows, is what the book said. And a shadow is kind of just like that part of your personality that you don't really show to anybody, the negative traits that you have, right? So let's say I'm a person who's like super generous, right? My shadow deep down could be like, I'm actually super selfish. I'm just gonna like cover up that like I'm a terrible person by just like fake giving money that I have out of excess, but like never actually being like generous out of like what I don't have to offer type shit, right? That kind of plays into it too. So if someone's too nice to me, I'm seeing it. What are you trying to cover up? Like, why are you trying to give this much of a good impression on the first time? Are you just that good of a person? Very few people are. So I feel like it'd be foolish to just say, take it at face value.
Do you guys know the 3 faces theory?
No, what's that?
I don't know if it's like a Japanese or Chinese thing, but it basically says you have 3 different faces. One face you show to the entire world, one face you show to just really close friends and family, and the third face you show to nobody but yourself.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. So how does one decipher between which face is being shown to them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's based on your
relationship.
Your relationship, yeah.
But it's interesting that there's like that third face that you'll never ever show to anybody. No matter how
Do you feel
close.
like you can ever truly know somebody?
No. I think there's like years that even if you suppose you guys met at like 15, right? Like you guys are childhood sweethearts, and you guys are like in your 30s even today. There's still 15 years of experiences that the other person like missed out on that you weren't there for.
But even if they were there for them, perception is always different. Like,
Oh yeah.
the same situation can be perceived from multiple different
Exactly.
perspectives, and I could have a totally different view of what happened versus the same person, like the bystander who was right next to me. So I feel like even if you are there for someone's entire life, like even your parents, like straight from being conceived to as you grow up and they're with you all the time, you're taking in things a different way than they are, because their past experience affects how they see the same things. But this is another question on a similar tangent, but do you think that people that openly show hate are more truthful or more authentic than people who are totally like nice all the time? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think so.
Wait, you think so?
Yeah.
More authentic?
Because I think a lot of people are just like people pleasers, and they'll say whatever to kind of just please other people. But that's not organic, like at all.
I would call that foolish, honestly, less than authentic. Like, it is authentic, it's raw, it's unfiltered, but it's also just foolish because you aren't thinking about the possibilities of your actions. In a sense where it's like, if you openly show hate to somebody, you didn't factor in like what that person could do for you, even on a selfish standpoint, like manipulation. You know what I mean? Like I feel like manipulation is okay sometimes, within certain parameters, of course. You know, you don't start cheating on your girlfriends now. But no, I feel like it's just more so foolish, and I wouldn't call you authentic because you're being a fool.
Yeah.
Right? Just because like you're walking outside in your underwear doesn't mean you're authentic. Now you're kind of just crazy. Yeah.
But crazy to who? Other people?
To the general public, yeah, general public, and that's definitely important. I feel like that's another factor. Like I feel like to be successful, not only with like school or business, but just like life relationships, your own personal projects, like you need control.
Yeah.
Right, and obviously you can never have total control of things around you, but the more that you have, the better you can be. You know what I'm saying? Better decisions you can make, and the best decisions are made from knowledge, you know what I'm saying? From off evidence and XYZ and shit, right? So the more you know about people around you, the better you can maneuver. And therefore you need to be able to control and know what people think about you. You know? People say like it doesn't matter what people think about me, which is true, you know what I'm saying? On some like mental health shit, yeah. But also like, you know what I'm saying? Other side of the coin, like you need to be able to control what people think about you.
Yeah, that's very true, because I feel a lot of people just, there's two ends of the coin, but really there's that entire spectrum in between as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you got to be true to yourself and all this, but at the end of the day, like clothes, for example, I actually watched a really interesting video on this recently from Jordan Peterson, but he was just talking about the importance of like why people dress up, and people don't really carry themselves in the same way anymore. People kind of just bum around wearing whatever, but when you wear a suit to a function, you're not doing that for yourself. Well, you are to some extent, but you're putting it on for
like
others. Exactly, yeah. Like you show someone that you care enough. Like if I'm going to an important meeting, I would dress up in a suit, like do my hair up nicely, everything, and just look very presentable, not just for myself to make myself feel comfortable, but it shows the other person that they took the time to prepare for this, not just to be here, but to go take that time beforehand to get ready and present themselves in that type of manner, which I think is so important, and people really lack that nowadays, like the respect that's reciprocated. And I don't know, like a lot of people just bum around wearing whatever.
People aren't paranoid enough about people around them.
I think people can just do whatever they want. Like there's no like negative feedback almost. Like it's gonna be a hot take, right?
Yeah.
I think we should spread more hate online.
I think we should bring back shaming, bro.
I think we should bring back the dislike button to every social media platform.
They're still on there, right?
On what?
Like YouTube, I guess, but like
yeah, but you can't
YouTube.
even see the number of dislikes. I think every like Instagram, TikTok, they should all have a dislike button. And like the thing is like if you make shit content, right? Like nobody's gonna watch it, and you're not gonna have any indicator that it's shit other than like nobody watched it. But the thing is like good content can also have nobody watch it.
That's
so
true.
it's like how do you distinguish good from bad content? I think if we actually brought the dislike button back, like people could actually be like, okay, this is something we don't like. So when it's like a big corporation does something that's shitty that everybody doesn't like, instead of like them turning off the comments and just having like an amount of likes that you can't really decipher, we'd actually be able to see that this thing has like 10,000 dislikes and like 1,000 likes, so people know that this is not right. But these days I feel like our social media is so artificial because you could just turn off your comments.
Didn't YouTube do that after they like their YouTube Rewind got like the most disliked video in the world?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they turned off dislikes. Are you serious?
So you wouldn't be able to tell whether how the reception actually was to a
That's
video.
hilarious.
Like people are giving you criticism. Instead of taking that into account and becoming better next time. They fully push it under the rug and they're like, okay, this is too many dislikes, so nobody gets to see that. And they turn it off across the entire platform.
We need online
Honestly,
haters.
like I think we should bring back bullying and shaming.
No,
I don't say that in the hold on. I don't say that just to be like controversial. I say that as bullying and shaming within like the obviously not like physical or saying within certain parameters. That did more good for society than this like hypersensitivity, everybody's okay participation award culture that we got going on right now.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's some people out there who make music who shouldn't be. Some people who are starting businesses who shouldn't be. Some of y'all should have stayed in high school. Like shouldn't have dropped out.
But again, there's the negative side of that too, where everybody, like being online, on Twitter, on whatever it is, if you choose to, you can just be a profile picture. You don't have to correlate yourself or be the face of that profile. So when you're presenting your ideas, whatever, you could say some pretty heinous things and have nothing traced back to you. I think if you're saying something online, I agree with like the hate side of things and just constructive. All right, hold on. Intermission. But I agree with the hate side of things, and there should be constructive criticism, even if it's not in the most constructive manner. Like, people should be able to take something from that. But at the same time, there should be a face behind each profile picture.
Simple fix. Watch this.
Okay.
If I was the CEO of Google, this is what I would do to make it better. You know what I'm saying? Like YouTube, all that shit. I'm gonna implement like a verification for like each profile.
Exactly.
Where it's like you
That's
have to
how it
put like
should
your fucking, not your address or some shit, but it's like you have to be traceable. You know what I'm saying?
Elon
And
tried
if you
that
don't,
with
and if you don't do that, you can't comment. You can still watch like videos and everything, YouTube, but you just can't comment unless like we know how to find you. Type shit,
Elon's trying that with Twitter, but in my opinion, he ruined Twitter doing that. Actually,
You think so?
yeah, because he's taken away the ability to like verify celebrities. Like anybody can get a verification mark now, right? And it's because he's trying to do that. He's trying to make it so that everybody with a verification badge is like a real person. But the thing is like bot accounts are just as easily able to get those verified badges, and now you can't tell who's a celebrity and who's not. I think that the way it was before was totally fine, but what you guys are talking about is exactly what Elon wants to do. I just don't think it worked out.
I don't mean like put like a verification badge on everybody. I just mean like
To make a profile.
Like to make a profile, you need to have like a picture of your face on there and a picture of like, you know what I'm saying, your real name.
Yeah.
And then that real name needs to be like verified on the back end,
Yeah.
obviously not on the front end, but the back end with like a ID of some sort. So it's like if we catch you reported for some shit, we know how to find you. And obviously only Google will be able to see that. Damn. Somebody got hurt or something, bro. Shit.
Fucking die already, bro.
But yeah, so like in the back end, obviously only, but like I'd be able to know as Google that this account belongs to this person. This account is this person.
Yeah.
This person has 4 accounts and 2 of them are spreading hate. Okay, we know where to find you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Versus it's just like you can make a profile with the email and you know what I mean. That's
Yeah.
it. I feel like if we had that, then people wouldn't be saying some wild shit. And if they were, it's like
You at least think about it before
Yeah,
you
yeah.
send it out.
you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we still had that culture of like, okay, yeah, maybe go back to, you know what I'm saying? Your job,
Yeah.
you're out of 5.
Yeah.
Don't quit. Because,
Yes.
yeah, I think there's a certain level of resilience that comes into it. But at the same time, like I don't even know. Sometimes I question, am I really good, or the people around me just pacifying me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the sad part. People are too scared to be real now. So that not only harms them because they're not being authentic, but it harms everybody that information is coming from or coming to, because they can't for a definite fact say these people are being honest with me, and I know how to critique myself to become something that's more just a better version. That's all it is. I think that's something that people lack. Everyone's too sensitive now.
And that's why I'm very paranoid, I'd say, or cautious, whichever one you want to call it, about people's responses to the things that I say. You know, if I crack a joke and you laugh in a certain way, I'm gonna know whether that joke, whether that laugh was authentic or whether it was forced. You know what I'm saying? And off of that, I'll know what you really think about me.
Yeah.
Right? If I play a song for you, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's good. I'll know you might have not hated it. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't think it was really anything special. And I'm asking you, you think the song is a special song? You're saying, yeah. You don't really mean that. You're just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Pacify me. So it's I feel like to be able to know these things and kind of read minds in a sense. Body language is so important. So important.
Yeah.
95%, or is it 85% of communication is through your body?
A lot of it, yeah.
So yeah, to be able to understand how people are thinking, where they're coming from, I think that's the key. But at a certain point, that's the second question I asked earlier. Do you feel like it's just brain power being wasted when you're doing all that, or you feel how often am I right about someone hating me type shit?
No, I don't think it's wasted brain power. You're definitely right about you do have to analyze and stuff. But I guess to our first question, which is at what point do you think you're overanalyzing?
If you're taking in someone's body language, which way, if they lean towards you when you're talking, maybe they're just they got something wrong in their ear, bro. They fucked up their eardrum and now they're leaning funny ways, and you're trying to implement that into your perception of how they see things. So I mean, maybe
Okay, like
Yeah, like I'll give you an example on that actually is like I suck at eye contact, right? But like eye contact can mean a lot of things to a lot of people, right? So if like you make more eye contact with say a girl, right? That means like you're showing interest and you guys are like that's what it means, right? But if you show like less eye contact in like a conversation or something, right? You might think, oh, this guy's not like paying attention to me or whatever, right? But it's just that like you just might not be good at eye contact is all, but the other person's taking like, oh, it's on me.
true, but that yeah.
Well, at what point can you? That's a powerful thing though, because then you could take that into your power, right? Like, I feel like that's something that you could train, and you could train a lot. So if you know that something is perceived or makes you be perceived in a certain way, maybe that's something that you could change, and then you know how that will effectively.
No, but that's for you. But imagine like you're talking to somebody else who cannot make eye contact with you, right? You're going to be overanalyzing that. How would you know that guy's just not going to eye contact?
I feel like body language is another language, and just like any language, there's people who are fluent and there's people who are tourist level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're looking at someone's eye contact and using that as like the definitive answer to what they think, you're just tourist level in it, right? One thing I noticed about you, you say you're not good with eye contact, but like I noticed that when you're talking, when you're like passionate or involved in a convo, your knees are pointing towards who you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? As they are right now.
Yeah.
Type shit, right? So it's like I take that into account. Not that I'm a fluent in body language, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm deep in the things, right? Where you lean. One thing, like y'all ever notice if you're walking up to a girl or a girl's walking up to you, right? If she fixes herself before she comes up to you, you know what I'm saying? Like brushes her hair back, fixes her shirt, whatever it is, anybody, a dude or a girl, it's like they're trying to impress you, right? That right there is an indication that they like you. You feel me? Instantly. So
Yeah,
I'll know that.
I'm not really good at that. I feel like I used to be fat, so like being fat for that long actually like socially handicapped me, I think. I think there's a lot of experiences that I missed out on and a lot of things I didn't learn as a result from being socially isolated.
I can't let's take a break because I'm hot as hell, bro.
Yeah,
I need a rag, and then we'll come back in a little bit, y'all. Roll the clip. Money, bro.
Get back to it. Ah, shit, it's about to sound fire. I can already tell that my bank is just gone high. I degress. Before I egress, a deep breath. Who we can write and I rap like I got 3 weeks left.
Alright, Joe, welcome back.
Yo.
Is it?
All right. Yeah, I was asking, like, do you feel like being fat growing up, like, it stays with you when you're older?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because when you're growing up, you start learning like habits and you start forming your personality and stuff, right? And so, because I lost weight at like 2021, just recently, I feel like I have to unlearn a lot of things I learned back then, you know. And there's also a lot of experiences and stuff that I feel like I missed out on that I could have learned from that, you know, a lot of people at this age would have experienced. You know, like, for example, like, I didn't talk to a lot of women when I was fat, obviously.
Type shit.
And so, even though I'm fine now, and I probably could go talk to a woman with how I look, I just couldn't, I wouldn't know what to say, because I don't have that experience from back then. But everybody else would, right?
How long you known him for?
Grade 4 or 5.
5.
Would you say that, like, his behaviors or, like, mannerisms from, like, when he was, like, bigger kind of stay with him now? Or you feel like... Did he ever really act like different because of like the way he looked?
I feel like
compared to your friend group and shit.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel like he's changed so much since then. But not only does it have to involve the fact that he lost the weight, but it's what comes with it. Like going to the gym. That is not only a physical thing, but that also builds your mentality. So definitely in that period, like confidence way up. And I feel like he may have had a slightly shorter temper before, but now he's able to like just deal with it in a different manner. So I do think that there's.
You think I have a short temper?
Slightly shorter than.
Wait, give me an example.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not bad about it.
No, I know.
I'm actually like.
Yeah. I just feel like there would be certain instances like with Nolan cleaning up things or something like that. Just something that it would flip a switch. And then you would just be like, what the... Or just not like lose it, but you know, just lose that temper.
I would get angry, yeah.
But compared to now, you're able to deal with it in a much different manner. It's like, yo, bro, you know what you're supposed to do? Take care of it. Rather than just stepping on the gas.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, y'all feel like it's attractive people are confident or confident people are attractive?
I think that being attractive builds confidence.
I feel like it goes both ways.
Which one comes first?
Actually, no. I
Chicken
feel
or the egg?
no.
Type
I
shit.
feel like it's only confidence builds
Attraction?
attraction, because if you're attractive,
I completely disagree.
Low key, me too. Low key,
Really?
me
I
too.
could have
Really?
been. At times I was so confident as a fucking 260-pound fat guy when I shouldn't have been. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a different issue or argument. Do you think that I'm gonna be careful? I'm gonna watch my words. But do you think that the situation around, I don't know, I think people think it's offensive to say fat now, which I don't think it's offensive, but I think it's a fact. Like, it's either we're fat or not, and you can own it. If you're fat, then cool, we're fat.
That's
I
like,
actually think we should shame fat people more.
yeah.
Now that I
More-
have
You know what I
experienced it.
noticed, bro? I noticed everybody listens to say that Lizzo beautiful. Everybody
No.
says that Lizzo is beautiful.
Yeah, and then if you
But if I tell a girl,
Exactly.
you look just like Lizzo, I'm gonna get slapped.
Yeah.
How that
Yeah.
make sense, yo?
I thought Lizzo was beautiful, bro. Why you
Yeah, you know, I'm calling you gorgeous, right?
Yeah,
You bad as hell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just
No.
like Lizzo.
Yeah.
And your mom, just like Lizzo. Matter of fact, your daughter, just like Lizzo. I'm a bad guy
Your whole
now.
family,
I'm
yeah.
a bad guy now, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Tight shit.
No, I think the reason that I lost weight was because I was unhappy. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, fine, I'm so unhappy, I'm going to lose the weight. But I think I could have gotten there faster if we didn't normalize being fat so much, to be honest.
Facts.
Yeah.
Same thing with like not just fatness, but like
Let me make sure it's not overexposed. Keep talking.
a lot of things going on with like society, like promiscuity for one,
Yeah.
relationships. You know what I'm saying? Business, ambitions. I feel like we've become so sanitized and satiated as a culture, where it's like people are really just comfortable doing nothing, right? Just staying idle for real. And that's why, like, there's one dude in one of our comments on one video, he was just saying, like, I had a take, and then he was just disagreeing with my take, and he's like, oh yeah, that's why nobody heard of y'all, because your takes are stupid or some shit, right? And I'm like, sure, bro, like, I really could have said some bullshit. I be yapping a lot of the times, I can't lie. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm out talking, you know what I mean? And you behind the screen doing what? You feel me? Look at your profile, there's nothing on there about you, right? So it's like, not to diss the dude, whatever it is, like, I appreciate the feedback type shit. But it's like, how do you hate on someone from outside the club? Can't even get in. You feel me? Like, no. I bet you can't get in. You ain't even standing in line. You know what I mean? I'll admit that I'm in line. I ain't inside yet. But it's like, I'm in line and you at home talking about Samal. Look at these lame dudes at the club in line.
Yeah.
Be serious, bro. Right? But like, we've become so normalized to the fact of like just being like stationary.
Yeah. Yeah, there definitely needs to be more honesty. I think that's all it is. People are brainwashed into... I don't know, man. There's different perspectives for sure, because there's also people that...
I want to point out the irony real quick.
Okay.
We're talking about how to be more honest and be more like bold with how we speak and everything, and you're dancing around certain sentences, yeah?
because I know the repercussions. It's just acknowledging the fact that people are the way they are, and I can't really do anything about it. So the best I could do is watch my tongue, see where it comes out of my mouth. Because if I say,
Okay, but at what point when watching your tongue are you like selling your soul when doing that? You know what I mean? Like
well,
you
at no
refuse
point,
to
because
speak on
I'm
certain
not
things.
lying. I'm not lying. I'm just stating things in a manner that I won't get canceled for.
I like that. No, I like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because like, if I cheat on my girl, and she asked me, "Where were you?"
Where you taking?
No. She asked me. No, she asked me, "Where were you?" And I say, "Oh, like I was just outside with some people. You know, we just kicking back." She's like, "Did you cheat on me?" And I just told her like, "Babe, like would I ever cheat on you?" And I just started equivocating for real. I'm not lying, but I just ain't being honest for real. Still, right? But if you can do it, then I can do it too, right? Shit, we should all do it.
No, that's not the same.
No. It's the same. It's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing.
I know her. What's up? How are you?
Damn.
I know, awkward situation. But yeah.
Damn, she say hi back. To
I
you.
know. No, I know her.
Hold on, let's just let it breathe for a
Yeah,
second. Let it breathe.
yeah.
Let it breathe.
Alright.
Damn, that's tough.
Bad time.
You good, bro?
No, bro, it's like my cousin basically.
No, it's just like that's
Awkward
just embarrassing
situation,
on
yeah.
camera too, from the whole world. From the whole world. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie to you now. You feel me?
Appreciate the honesty. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
asking for.
But yeah, like I feel like my bad. I feel like there is a certain line between like not saying what you feel, and then like being people's emotions and like watching that? Where do you think that line is?
Say again.
Like where's that line between not saying what you feel and watching people's emotions and like being true? Because you said authentic, right? Someone who's like being hateful is authentic, quote unquote.
No, I never said that.
Like you
I was
asked,
asking,
you asked. So is it authentic if I really feel like what y'all doing is like you fat and I say you fat, or am I just like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously with a certain type of tone, right? But where's that line?
I think it depends on whether the other person would benefit from you saying that. Like, if I go up to someone and call them short, right? There's no benefit from them. There's not something they could change. But I think if you call somebody, like, fat, they can actually go and work on that. Even though it's, like, fucked up to say, and society would tell you that that's not the right
But
thing
you're not gonna... If someone that's, like, 5'2" comes up to you and is like, yo, do you think I'm short? You're not gonna...
Well, that's different. That they're, like, asking you then. Then at that point, you, like, I would be honest, right?
But I feel like even if...
Okay, what if it's like we're talking, right?
Okay.
And I'm like telling a story about some stuff. I'm explaining like an example, right? And I use like a real life example and I say, okay, let's say like I call this dude like ugly in my example, right? I'm like, okay, yeah, so me and Roman, we're good looking. This dude's ugly, right? So it's like boom, 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 boom. Is that wild? Like just like both basically call them ugly, just like
But then
that?
that's subjective.
But let's say like he actually don't look as good as niggas. Like let's say like we can all kind of agree that this nigga don't look the best. And I just like use that as an example. Or let's say he's fat, let's say, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so this nigga's fatter. So then me and you and
Well, that's different too. Like, fat is a fact, and ugly is subjective.
Yeah.
I think to a certain level it's kind of the same thing.
No,
Because-
no, fat is a fact though.
Yeah, but at how many pounds before you're fat? You feel me?
I feel like it's more of
A shape?
a shape. Yeah.
Okay, so at what curvature are you fat now? You know what I mean?
I'd say a good.
Like 45 degrees type shit? Cool. Nah, like I think it's still subjective in a sense. Like we could say that person fat, we could say he in shape, you know what
But
I'm
there's
saying?
other things that define ugly. Like, yes, being like fat is being ugly, but there's other things like your facial structure or your eyebrows. You know, that could make you ugly, but not necessarily to everybody, right? Like, I have bushy eyebrows, and like a white girl might find that unattractive, but a brown girl might find that more attractive because they're brown, simply. So it's just a subjective thing at that point. But if I was fat, both the girls are gonna find me unattractive. Then.
Yeah, but it's like to what extent though?
What if someone likes fat dudes?
No girl likes fat dudes, bro.
What? Bro, what do you think?
Don't lie to
I've heard some
yourself.
crazy shit. And to be honest, like, you know, I'm always saying I read between the lines and shit. Reading between the lines, I don't know what to believe. Like, I really genuinely think that some girls actually like bigger dudes.
Yeah. Why would that be?
I refuse to
Do
believe.
you-
I refuse to
that-
believe it too, but like, I don't know.
But do you think that any guys like bigger girls?
Not genuinely.
No.
None.
Unless
You
it's
don't
like,
think-
unless it was like, okay, I don't think any dude is going out of his way to approach a girl who's bigger on purpose,
Yeah.
type shit. Like, okay, you a stranger, and I'm walking up to you because you fat, and I'm thinking you bad. I don't think that's happening unless it's like I just want to mash, and I'm just like a chubby chaser or some shit, right? But like, if it's like, if this is your girlfriend or some shit, she gains weight. Obviously, it's a different story. Or your wife or whatever it is, different story. Or it's like like, you've been friends with a girl, you know, her personality, and she's just bigger, different story. I don't think many dudes are going out of their way to approach bigger women for like long-term longevity.
And if you are, it's because like you just put your standards down on purpose so that
Yeah.
you could like realistically get somebody, is what I would say.
Do you think that you can safely associate being fat with certain mental traits as well?
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like there is a genetic component to it. But at the same time, like, I don't think I've heard stories of people who like, yeah, my genetics were this, my dad was that, my mom was this, and my brothers were all this, but then they got into the gym. Probably a little bit harder for them, but I do feel like, you know what I'm saying? Not just you're being fat or not, just like the way you look, even your, like how attractive are you. I think attraction is also objective to a certain degree, right? We can all say that, like, you know what I mean? At least I can say, I don't know about y'all too, but like I know I'm sexy as hell type shit, right? So, not playing. Like there's a certain level where it's like, you know, you might look a certain way, but there's the stuff you can do about the way you look to make yourself look better. To the point where it's like, okay, I might say that you're not good looking, but you're not objectively like chopped. You know what I mean? Type shit. And that goes for like your haircut, the way you dress, your posture when you're sitting and talking, how you formulate your words and sentences, charisma, all that stuff. It'll give you like a nice aura about you. make you more attractive. You could still be chopped in the face, hit the gym and shit. You know what I'm saying? You could, like, if you chopped, what I'm trying to say is if you chopped, you could still get yourself to a 7 just by what you do. At minimum.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. I definitely think that what you do is not always, you can, two people that look the exact same, but the way you carry yourself also affects your aura so much, right?
Y'all got aura?
I would say so.
I got aura?
I don't know.
I got too much aura, bro.
It's crazy how it works though, because some days at work, when I was doing sales at the mall, there's some days I would just feel it inside myself where it's crazy, man. You would just be walking around and you don't even need to ask people to come up. You're just kind of hanging out, and people would be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then there's other days where I would be more down on myself, and I would clean up. I would look like always before work. I would make sure I look clean, ready to go, but I just wouldn't feel it, and that reflects in how people react to that. But I definitely think you can look the exact same and carry yourself differently, whether you think so or not. And then there's an aura that's emitted that people will either attract people or will push them away.
Yeah, I feel like being attractive is a byproduct of success or a prerequisite?
A prerequisite.
And neither.
No, haven't you noticed? Like most, least rich and successful people, like other than like really old people, they're most of the time like pretty attractive. Like think about it, like rich and successful people. Like if you went to a networking meeting with a bunch of business owners and stuff, they're all gonna look pretty good. Compared to if you went to like, and I'm trying to think of like anything else, bro. Like you just go to like a restaurant.
So what do you?
And that's like an objective attractiveness where it's like they may not look good like by your standard, but like
just
objectively,
generally,
like they're not like straight like disgusting, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are your guys' definitions of success? When you say successful, because we talk about that a lot, what do you mean?
Okay, well, when we've been talking about it this episode, I'm mostly speaking in like a monetary, quantifiable way. Obviously, there's success in like your family and all those things, of course. But talking more so like, did you achieve your dreams and your goals? And were your dreams and your goals big enough?
Who gets to
Those two
choose
things.
if they were big enough?
I mean, you asked my success, right? What would I define as success, right? So I could achieve my goal of, you know what I'm saying, getting in the gym tomorrow. But would I say I'm successful at going to the gym, at being like a gym rat, if I only did it one day? It's not a big enough goal.
Mm-hmm.
So like if my goals weren't big enough and I achieved them, I don't think I'm successful. I think I'm just complacent. And if I didn't achieve them, I'm a failure.
So your definition of a success would only be compared to other people who have the same or a similar definition?
I'd say like for you, if you tell me you're successful, I would assume it meant to you achieved the goals that you set out, and the goals that you achieved were big enough to you,
mm-hmm.
right? Like it wasn't just some small thing that you tricked yourself into thinking I'm successful because I did this. No. Like, you put a big goal and you genuinely thought about it. And if you told me that it wasn't that big of a goal, that you didn't really but it's what you call success, I'm gonna think you're lying to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna think you're genuinely lying, just saying that you're happy when you're really not.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Do you think it's ever possible, like, once you hit your goals, whatever you have set in mind, do you think it'll ever be enough? Or will you always have another goal to reach for both of you? I'm sure you have something in your mind, you're like, this is my dream life. Yeah. Do you think once you reach that, that'll be enough? Or do you think you'll always be seeking more?
I think there's no way you could live a life where you're like goalless. I think even if you achieve like what you would think right now to be like your full potential and all of your goals, once you get to that point, you'll have more goals open up at that point, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't even know where you'd go from there in life. I feel like you reach all your goals and like you have no more goals to fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
A man much smarter than me once said, to live is to suffer, to be alive is to find meaning in the suffering. And I feel like that's kind of what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, to achieve a goal, you have to struggle, you know what I'm saying, to get to that point. So,
mm-hmm.
If you aren't struggling with something in your life, then you're not really alive, you're just, like, existing at that point, which is...
You know what I think success today is with just the way the world is modeled today around, like, capitalism and money, basically. Because with money, you can buy anything, right? Now, like, absolutely anything.
Yeah.
I think the biggest measure of success is just being financially free. having like
True.
enough money to be able to not have to like force yourself to work and also be able to do what you want. That's what I mean by financial freedom. So you could be making like $50K a year off of like, I don't know, like a passive investment or something, and if all of your like kind of living expenses are paid for, you don't really need to work, and you know you can do what you want, that is financial, or that's success.
We'll do one more question surrounding that, and then we'll finish it up here. But do you guys associate success with happiness?
Yeah.
I feel like to be successful or to be happy is to be successful.
So
Or at least
having
working
lots of
towards
money
that.
in your bank account means happiness?
No. To be happy is to be successful, right? So like,
But then
not necessarily lots of money, but if you aren't successful in whatever goals you set in your life, and you say you're happy, you're lying to yourself. You feel me?
I'm gonna say money doesn't bring happiness, bro. I don't know.
Nah, bro. Like y'all be saying money don't buy happiness. Y'all know where to shop.
You guys
Y'all
are
do not know where to
stupid.
shop.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys think
Yeah.
money brings happiness?
Totally.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd rather cry in a Ferrari.
You know what I'm saying? You talking about money don't buy happiness. You do not know where to spend it.
No.
I'll show you where to spend it.
Yeah, bro.
You feel me? I'll show you where to spend
That's
it.
crazy.
I'll show
That's
you. Bro, you tell me if you had $1 million. Let's say you was depressed. Super, like you want to damn near want to off yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you have $1 billion in your account. You walk into an orphanage and you put $1 billion down and you do some charity and da-da-da-da-da. That wouldn't put a smile on your face, bro. Y'all don't know where to shop.
If you were
But
on
how
the
much?
ledge,
How much? Like I see what you mean.
no, Roman.
But,
If
yeah.
you were on the ledge right now, contemplating suicide, you're so depressed right now. But you open up your bank account and
got
like
it.
somebody just sent you like $2 million. Wouldn't you step off the ledge?
What the hell?
You would. You would.
And if you wouldn't, you're
No.
foolish. Because if you wouldn't, even if you didn't want to use it for yourself, you could hop
Then,
off
yeah,
the ledge,
no,
give it to
I
your
get
family
that,
or
I
someone
get
who
that,
needs
yeah.
it.
Find
You know what I'm
happiness
saying?
out of that.
Yeah.
No, I get that, but who are you guys to say that money buys happiness when you haven't experienced that? And when you do look at people who have achieved that, they say the opposite.
Because we live in a money-based society, bro. Everything revolves.
Y'all
around
don't know where to
money.
shop. I've heard the same story a million times.
Oh, honestly.
I got my deal. I bought a watch. I bought a car. I bought da-da-da-da, and it didn't help. Of course.
So,
You get the wrong sport.
I heard Pitbull say this. He said money can't buy you happiness unless you give it away. So
My only
I don't
goal.
know. You see, I got money, and now I get to live on my own. I'm away from my parents. I get to take care of all my stuff. I get to buy what I want. I feel so much happier with all the stuff I'm able to do with my newfound money.
One of my favorite bars from Smino, he says, "My only goal is to get everything I want and then give it away." And that's kind of what success means to me. Like I want to get everything I want, every single car, watch, equipment, whatever it is. I want to get it all and then give it all away. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you shop. That's how you spend money to make you happy. I feel like money definitely buys happiness. Money damn near is happiness.
100%.
but what is,
You feel me? Like,
bro? But what is that? Those things that you're giving away, like if you give that to someone who can't afford food, that
Money?
won't make them happy. Like a Ferrari.
if I gave you a Ferrari and you couldn't afford food, and you don't have the gall to sell that shit and buy food, I can't lie, nothing would have saved you, bro.
Okay, so it's not the.
You know what I mean? Like I'm giving you money, basically, what it is. Right? Obviously, I'm not gonna give a Ferrari to a homeless person. I'll probably give him food. But it's like, you know, if that doesn't give me happiness, I don't know what will. Right? Obviously, I also feel like religion does put a factor in that too. Like, it's a study actually. People who are religious like are happier, live better lives, and X, Y, Z and shit, right? But on top of that, it's like how do you live out your religion or live out that generosity, right? I feel like if you can't bless people in your life, you will feel a lot more down bad. How would you feel if you couldn't get your kids a Christmas gift?
Pretty terrible.
Yeah. So if you could, would you say that would make you happier? Word.
With money, you could with unlimited money, you could infinitely provide for your family. You could save like endangered species. You could donate to any charity or
And
cause
That's
you
a
want.
mental blockage, bro. Thinking
It's a-
that you need money to be happy, bro. There's so much beauty in. I think people
I-
aren't grateful enough.
I
You need
genuinely
money.
know.
Okay. You're saying there's already a lot of beauty in the world that you can enjoy, right?
Yeah.
If I want to experience the beauty of the mountains and stuff and the world, I need money to go travel.
Okay, but you don't need $10 trillion.
Yeah, we didn't say that.
But you're saying that.
We say that money buys happiness. I didn't say how much. I didn't say how much happiness costs. Right?
But it costs
So
some
are
amount
you
of
are
money.
Yeah.
you gonna stop when you can do that? Like,
Stop what?
When I can,
like let's say you could go to the mountains and you could go to travel whenever you want. Like, are you gonna stop at that point, or are you just doing
mean,
it for the sake of doing it?
like, there's a difference between happiness and joy, right?
Yeah.
Happiness is fleeting. Joy is everlasting. I think you're trying to talk about joy, right? Or contentment, right? Like you could be content without having money. You could have joy in your life without having money, but happiness is a fleeting. It's a reaction, right? Money does buy happiness.
All right, let's continue.
Yeah. I can't lie. We got to step. We got to step.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. This I don't know more podcast episode 10. Where we at right now?
We're at Saskatchewan Drive.
All right. Tight shit. Stroll for Don. Oh, I just dropped a song yesterday. Wo Jamal. Check it out if you haven't already.
2 days ago now.
2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wo Jamal. Check it out. But yeah, we out though. We signing out.
Peace out, guys. Roman, we'll continue that conversation on the next podcast because I'm really interested in it. But thank you guys for tuning in for this long. It's been Roman.
Abdul, sign up for the newsletter.
Yeah.
Facts. We got an event coming up for y'all real soon. It's gonna be sick as hell.
Really excited for that.
Lots in the making. Appreciate it, guys.
We out. Once.
Sure.